we'd like to sincerely thank our Patreon supporters.
What's going on, everybody? I am standing in that bar area, which you know will be essential if we start doing any tours on the property. It'll be a good place to cool off, have a drink, actually have a good conversation. Right now, it's a nice cool day, a really nice day to get some of this outside work done. But in the heat of the summer, if you were doing a tour of the enclosures, other than the shade in the hallway, it's going to be warm. And you know, it'd be nice to do row one, come over here, cool off, have a beverage, maybe cook lunch and have some good conversations, and then go back to the tour. So, you know, some people have said that when I work on my shop, if I do something on the Jeep or whatever, that it's not really reptile related, but it kind of is, because it's all part of the progress over here and part of the end picture. Once all this is done, then we are gonna be into full reptile content. But I believe this area, which looks like a dumping ground right now, I have, you know, like this stuff was hung from the party before and then it was all taken down. I have already, from when you guys saw it way back, this pole barn was just to the finished brown wood, and I dropped it down 4 feet so I can screen the sides. I still will do a chair rail with posts so the dogs don't walk through the screen, and that will give the screen a separation of height. Might go up 3 feet, and then there'll be a panel of screen and then a lower panel of screen that is protected from the dogs walking through. Or if we have any iguanas or a reptile walking around this area, it has some sort of a visual barrier. It will probably destroy that screen. That's something to be addressed later. Maybe a reptile in here with, if we're fully paying attention to it. But this has been an area that's been very hard for me. The right thing to do would be to leave this giant window onto our back half of the property, the enclosures and stuff like that. But as the sun is setting, and that is due west for my property, the sun from up there to the tree lines is pretty intense. And it puts a lot of heat onto the table, light onto the TV. If you were having a lazy Sunday and you wanted to sit out here on this large sofa and watch TV, the sun's just gonna ruin it for you. So I've thought about it, but I am going to drop the wall, even with those other walls across this opening there, and frame out for a 6-foot door opening. We'll do an active and passive door, just like we did at the front of the enclosures. Different design. I want it to have more of a barn door with the diagonals look a little cooler. That way, if we ever have to move a piece of furniture in or out of this room, we have a large door to do that. There will be another door over there, small entry door, and a small entry door right over there. Yeah, so those boxes are full of all sorts of stuff to hang onto those walls. Yeah, that was another thing, is those walls give us another area to hang all the little antique pieces I have, which, you know, I would love to be able to show off. We still have to stain it. We'll still have to do hardy board trim on the outside of the building. It's a big project, but nothing we can't tackle. I have all the lumber sitting there. In fact, a lot of that's been sitting there, and I've stolen it for other projects, and I've had to recently replace it. But what I'm starting on today is putting a 2x6 over that hardy board trim right there, so I have something to screw to. And then from there, we can do a plumb bob from the end of that, drop it down, know where my posts need to be, set our post bases, and we're gonna do these nice 4x6 posts. Not because we need it. The roof is already load bearing, hurricane rated. This is it's not support for the structure. It does need to support its own windage. So we're gonna put those beefy posts more so for the look on either side of the doorway, since all the rest of the posts are bigger. In fact, I wish we could go even larger yet, but we didn't plan ahead and set the posts through the deck. They're gonna be sitting on the deck. So I don't need to add too much weight on top of a deck board that may have to be replaced at some point way off in the future. If I do it this way, I can always support the board from the side, slide a new deck board in, put a new base in. I could still replace it this way. So I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna start getting those 2x6s hung, and we have large header boards. Again, not necessarily needed because they're not bearing the weight, but just to tie it in and make it stronger. And we're gonna have these still large opening from this door opening all the way across here will all be screened. I think it'll still be really nice, but we'll be way more protected from the sun, and it should be a lot cooler. We'll have to add a ridge vent fan. We'll have to frame for that up top there, to pull any heat, because once you close in the sides, then you trap the heat in here. It's kind of like an upside down bowl filling up with water. The heat will fill up in there. So if we add a ridge fan in there with the thermostat, as soon as it gets warm, it'll pull it right out. Maybe we could do it unmechanical and just do a vent that's screened. Maybe that's the play. Why electrify it? Why not just let it vent out? Maybe we'll do that. And then we have to add electrical later for corner fans on all the corners, and then we can get the outlets for the lights, do the string lights all the way around. It'll be cool. This section of video will just be about doing this end section. I know in the driveway, I started this because my screen order somehow or another got canceled, and I was supposed to be doing screen this weekend, starting to replace some of the bad screen on the enclosures. And I had to reorder it. It wasn't due to show up today, but somehow or another it just showed up. So I do need to get this material up. We'll probably stop this video tomorrow, the next day, work on screen, because I want to see how far I can get with what I ordered and see what I got to order next. And so we'll start that video at the same time as this one. I'll show you once I get the 2x6s up there, and I'll show you the next step. All right, guys, it's just after lunch the same day. Not a lot has happened. I've been pulled off for other projects and working on this in between. I think we made a deal for Diesel to find a new home up in, I don't want to say it wrong, but I believe Kentucky. Chris and Lisa Diller. They have a female for Diesel. They're gonna build a bigger, we talked about the enclosure. I think they're gonna upgrade his enclosure. And because it's just the beginning of winter and it's so cold up there where they're at, they're gonna drive down, figure out a date and drive down this winter to pick him up. That way we don't have to worry about taking him out of his hide box and putting him into a box, the stress of that, flying with cold temperatures and heat packs and all that other business. Why not? We'll build a transfer box for him and do it safely, stress-free for the animal. And we had a good phone call conversation with them, and we feel good about it. But back working on my project. Kagan had to come and hold the other end. What I did is, to make it easier on her and I screwed this to the building, so she had to just hook the board, if that makes sense. Hook the board over that, and that would hold the weight for her while I screwed the other end. And then she would come down the ladder and I would go up that side and go to my measurement. You see the 2x6 is recessed from that siding 5/8 of an inch. So you see that little lip. That will allow for our plywood to go. We don't have to re-plywood over that other siding, but we will do later. Once it's all done, we'll put a waterproof membrane on it, and then we will hang lap siding. So it'll all have hardy or cement board lap siding over the entire structure. But I don't need to peel that off. We'll plywood just to it, and then the lap siding will go over all of it for a finished product. So where we're at right now is I have the two long lengths of 2x6 with mitered edges, 45-degree edges. The other board will overlap that one, create an angle there, and so on and so forth. So now I've got to get those little pieces and these pieces here done, and I'll show you once that's done. While I have the ladder there, I put a screw into the front of that 2x6 and a plumb bob. Now it's a little windy today, so the plumb bob is moving around. The post from wherever that plumb bob settles when we're between breeze needs to be 1.5 inches from that finished, from that swinging. Because on the outside of the post will be the 2x10s. You guys will see it shortly. Anyways, that's how I know where that finished edge is, and I'll be able to get that set correctly. It's gonna be pretty close to the dang edge. I just have to do it between breeze. I'll do it there, and then I'll set it on the other side of the doorway, equal distance, and then lay a straight edge over all of it, find out exactly where my board needs to be. And I believe I could do it on the other side, so pop a line through all of it, just so I have my marks all the way across. You see the wall sticks out quite a bit from the structure. The finished wall sits out here up top. Gives a little bit of an overhang over the deck, but as long as the screen is being fastened on top of the deck, we'll be okay. All right, I'm gonna get back to it and I'll show you guys the next step. And it's getting even later in the day, but making some progress. Popped the string across the opening, made my marks on the upright posts. I know someone's looking at that and saying, why didn't you get a longer post? For some reason, nobody has a 16-foot 4x6 post in stock in town. I am gonna use 2-foot metal strapping and extend those 4x6s. I have some scrap that's about 3.5, 4 foot long that will finish that up. And with 5/8 plywood, I'll probably put a 2x4 on the inside. It'll be plenty strong enough. Sorry about the lighting, guys. I just made my mark on that 2x10 to cut there. I think I have the angle pretty good on this side. So just gotta untack that, bring it down. I think I can remove the string already since I've made all my marks, get it out of my way. And now it's about putting it together. It'd be nice to get all the 2x10s across done. And I would have Kagan's help right now, but she's actually processing turkeys right now. It's a little early for Thanksgiving, but our neighbor raises up turkeys. Denny watches the video, so what's up, Denny? He raises turkeys, and he did not have the heart to process these. He likes them so much, but he offered us a great deal. If Kagan processes the 2 of them, we'll have a Thanksgiving bird as well as them. So we'll just, I know it'd be nice fresh, but they're getting so heavy, he doesn't want them to have an injury. Those meat birds can actually get so heavy that they will break their feet and stuff like that because they're just too big to support their own weight. So the humane thing is to do it now. So yeah, she's busy doing that. I think she's finishing up the first bird and still has a whole nother one to do. So all right, I'm gonna get back to it. And it's the next day, and I tell you what, it's a beautiful day. It was nice and cool last night. We did a walkthrough. All the animals were away in their hides. They're all out sunning and stuff today. The skies are clear. It's got a nice breeze. It's really nice for working outside. And now we have that entire beam done and the 2x6 ledge underneath the beam. Visually, the beam now looks like it has some thickness to it, but if you were doing a box beam or something like that, you would need that big lumber on the other side, maybe even some plywood put into it to make it structural. This is not structural. The structure was load bearing before we did any of this. It's not about that. It's just the appearance of looking big, just like we went with the 4x6s here, just to look a little beefier. It just looks better. Also, that ledge gives us a little place to set stuff. There's That ledge all the way around helps me put like antique things. If I strap them to the wall, that ledge gives it a little something to sit on also. That's all gonna get stained later, looking back at it. So now it's getting those white pine 2x4s, 2 foot on center, all the way, and then we just need to tie these posts into the top 2x6, and that's what's gonna stiffen up this wall. If I shake on this a little bit, it still has a little movement because it's not attached up top. Once we attach that, you know, however many times every 2 feet on a 40-foot run, 20-something attachments, it'll be nice and sturdy. So that's what I'm gonna get started on. And a beautiful day to do this. I will at some point stop and show you a little animal content. I mean, this actually might be a good halftime show, so to speak, and go show you some animals. Maybe I can get Kagan. You know what? She's working on one of those enclosures on the front porch, I bet. No, maybe she's messing with the babies, swimming the babies. Maybe I can find her and get her to do a little clip of some of the animals sunning.
I walked over here with the chickens and I had dropped off this little bit of leftovers that we had from going out to eat the other day. When I dropped off these leftovers, this was not like this. All this food was not kicked out of this feeder like this. I think that they saw what was at stake and they threw a tantrum. Oh yeah. And side note, I let one of the hens incubate her own eggs and she hatched one tiny, very cute little baby, and she is very protective of him. She's kind of crazy, but all right, let's show. Hey Charlie, take a French fry. Take another French fry, feed your ladies. Oh gosh, you ate that whole. Here. Okay. Here, you have a fry. Now, one of the more exciting things, in case you guys didn't see it in that one video, we had showed that we had hatched a bunch of little quail recently. And here they are. Hey, you guys. Oh my gosh, and they are just so cute and so small. Look at this one, it's got like a brown patch on it. This one's got a little spot on its head. Ugh, they're adorable. They're adorable. Boop, 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 boop. I just come in here, socialize them. Whoa, look at you. You're all cool and spotty. Come on. Whoa, look how pretty you are. Oh, Pete smelled French fries. He showed up. Oh, man. Look at you guys. So cute. And the rest of our other quail are doing very well as well. Oh, you guys a bit of food. This is pretty funny, you guys. It is currently 64 degrees out right now. These lizards do have heated hide boxes, yet our black dragon Sammy here is choosing to be out in the sun. How awesome is that? Sammy knows I can warm up very well just from that natural sun. He's taking advantage of that that dark exterior he has to soak up a little more for him. I'm gonna come say, hey Sammy, I'll come to you, buddy, and then you don't have to get uncomfortable. Yeah, I know you're already so comfy in your spot, huh? But he's choosing to be off that heated hide to be out in the sun. What do you think, buddies? Yeah, handsome, handsome, handsome. Yeah. at his belly. Look at his belly. Yeah. Oh. How's that armpit? Oh, goodness. That's... that tickles. That tickles. That's not where you're gonna lay your eggs. No, that's not where you're gonna lay eggs. Not in my armpit. Yes, you're very sweet right now. You're very sweet right now. Where are you going? Where do you think you're gonna go? That's a big tummy. It's a big tummy you've got. Okay, yeah, you can just keep your butt on me. That's fine. It's a butt. Does that feel nice on your belly? Is that why we're hanging like this? What is this? What does this belly hang? Does that feel nice? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. How many eggs are you gonna lay? Did a lot? Gonna lay a lot of eggs? Somebody guessed no less than 900. No less than 900 eggs. That would be a lot. That would be a lot of eggs. Sally's going through a nice meal of eggies here. She's downing one right now. There she goes. Having another. Doesn't take her very long to take those eggs down. This one's already kind of peeled, and it's also a little sandy, sorry. She's like, sand? I don't know about that. All right. How many can you get down in like 1 minute? Huh? You got 10 total. Oh, you're going for the one I'm not holding. Oh, pretty good. There it goes. I love the way they eat eggs. Yeah. Sweet girl. One more? One more? No? You done? Oh, no, not done. Come on, girl. You see what I got? Come on, pretty girl. Look at you, and you're wearing like a hoodie for your shed skin. No, I dropped it in front of you. But here, if you're gonna be gentle, there you go. There you go. Okay. I got more for you if you finish it. Diamond, where are you going? Got like 6 more for you. Oh, you want to eat it in private.
All right, guys, it's the following afternoon, and I'm back at it again. I think I've been at it since after lunch, maybe an hour also before lunch. But it's not as fast as it seems. It takes quite a while to go up and down the ladder and get the angle right and everything. But I've got one every 2 feet all the way to the end, except for the center. And I did put a 2x6 against our 4x6 post, so there is a flush thing there. Flush thing. Don't use my terminology on a job site, right, guys? But I do need to, I don't know if you guys can see it. We'll go up the ladder together. We still need to scab in another piece of 4x6 on top there, and that's going to stiffen up the wall greatly. You can see that there is a little movement if I get it shaken, So we want to get that out of there. That 4x6 will stop. All the flexing is in that, and these posts are the main support beam. So once that gets rigid, and we may even put a 2x4 on the side of it to stiffen it up as well. Because if that's stiff, then this whole side will be stiff. The plywood will help and everything else as well. So this opening that we have here, this big opening, I think I mentioned earlier in the video, by adding this section of wall and the drop downs on the sides, what we've done is created an upside down bowl where the heat could rise in the summer and then sit up there and just hold that warmth above us. So we need to give the heat a way to escape. I mentioned a fan, but honestly, we thought about it. As long as it has a way to pour out, again, that heat will just pour out. It just needs a vent. We'll have fans for circulation in the corners, but we're just putting one of those vinyl or PVC gabled end vents up there. So I just need to measure it out, frame it out, and get that done and get those 4x6s in there. So I think I could have all this framing wrapped up today. That would be nice. Oh, it'd be nice to get all that plywood hung, but I'd have to talk Kagan into helping that. I don't think I can carry sheets of plywood up ladders and hold them by myself and screw them in. I'm not there yet. Oh, Kagan says she's right there, so maybe I can talk her into it. All right, guys. You hear that sound? It's the end of the day. Man, it's been a lot of work. And you know, that's one of the things that's like hard to describe or explain. I don't have the money to pay somebody else to do this work, nor would I want someone else to do this work, honestly. I enjoy doing it, but the time it takes to do every little step. I mean, I'm days in on this project, and all we did was frame up this upper wall. It's all done. It's sturdy from the inside, guys. Those posts are nice and clean. Once all that gets stained up there, you guys wouldn't even know that it was spliced together. And there's gonna be signage over all that stuff, all sorts of cool stuff hanging there. But I mean, this is what it's all about. Look, the sun is setting. This area is going to be stinking amazing. Forget the inside of the house. This is where we're gonna be living. Watch out, Petey. Oh, the sun is setting. We're gonna be able to see the sunset from this porch. Cook our dinners. You know, we could be working on stuff and start the grill and really enjoy this place with each other and with some of you. When we open this up and start being able to do some sort of interactive tours, whether we start a guide service and come back and clean and cook fish after we go fishing, like, I want to work, but I want to work and do something that I can enjoy Kagan, the dogs, the property, the animals, and some good people like you guys out there. I mean, I want to do something I can enjoy. That's what I want to do. How about you?
That's what life's about.
That's what life's about. Moments like this. And I'm sharing it with you guys. It is, you know, it's so funny. I'm looking through the GoPro. It's not the same. You guys can't see the sun hitting all the tall grass on that field. It's beautiful. And it's ours. We love it. Thank you for joining me for this project. There's a lot more to do to get this place done. I mean, I think once we dry this in, get the plywood and that Tyvek wrap over it so it's sealed up, I need to peel off and start doing some screen on some enclosures. That's the next big project, even though I wanted the tortoises done and moved before it got cold. Well, we're well into that. So full steam ahead. The ankle seems to be holding out, although Kagan fell and hurt her ankle today, so now she's complaining about her ankle. So this is not what we need right now. But hey, if she hurts herself, it's her turn. She deserves a break too. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, comment, hype, subscribe. I don't know. I'll do all those things. We'll see you soon.